Hey guys, Matt here with Matt's Vintage Video Games. Guys, this is my next project. These are the retro game machines. These are basically a Pi Zero. You hook this thing up to your full HDMI, to your flat screen TV at home. All of your old school games are right here, guys. Over 3,000 titles right here on this device. 150 bucks, takes this home with you today. Comes with everything you need to hook it up and operate it. One controller, all your old school games, all your Marios, all your Zeldas, all your classics, all the games you wanted as a kid, all the games you had as a kid, and many you never even heard of. All on this device. 150 bucks. Come set yourself up with one of these today, guys. So this is it, guys. Your retro game machine. This is what you're going to get when you buy one of these devices from me. You'll see this nice little handy little box. When you open the box up, let me show you what's going to come inside of it. First of all, I'm going to give you my information. If you need to get a hold of me, there's all my links and website and ways to get a hold of me. Your return policy is down at the bottom. You might want to read that. That would be the fine print. And I include an instruction manual with a troubleshooting guide on there as well. Also included is a video tutorial which you might want to watch. Kind of gives you some helpful hints and tips and tricks if you're having a little bit of an issue hooking it up or playing it or anything like that. You're going to get a brand new HDMI cable. You're going to get a brand new controller. You can use any controllers, as I've mentioned before, any wired USB controller. I include a Super Nintendo controller. And of course, the retro game machine. Setting up your controller. Every time you put a new controller into this device, you're going to see this screen. It's going to pop up automatically, configure input. It's going to say that you have a gamepad detected, or at least it should say that. And hold down your A button on your device to configure it. You may not have an A button. It's going to be your furthest button to your right. On a Super Nintendo controller, it's an A button. Other controllers are different, but just hold down your button until it finds your controller, and then you are going to configure. You're going to do this by pressing up on your D-pad, down, left, right, your start button, select button, A button, B button, X button, Y, your left shoulder button, your right shoulder button. Now some of these buttons you're not going to have on the controller I give you with it, but if you get like a wired PS3 controller will work for it, a wired 360 controller will work for the system. Basically any wired USB controller will work for the system. You can find them online on eBay and Amazon fairly cheap. Just be careful what you get. The cheaper they are, the more junk they really are. So you might want to throw some more money at a better controller. If I was you, that's what I would do. In any event, once you get this far with this Super Nintendo controller, you do not have any of these buttons, so you can just press and hold any button until it skips down to the next selection. And you'll have to do that all the way down the screen. Hold in a button until you skip all the way down to where you don't have any more buttons left to choose. And when we get down to the bottom of the screen, then you will have to press OK. You're going to hit your A button. You're going to hold your A button in for a few seconds and let it go. And it takes a few seconds for this to go through sometimes. Sometimes it feels like more time than others, depending on the controller you're using. And you're at the main menu and you're set. And you just press your B button to back out of that. You're back at your main screen. I have already went through all the games that are on this system, but now I want to show you how you select your games. It's very simple. You just press your A button. You select your platform. You say you want Nintendo. Hit your A button for Nintendo. Now we can scroll down by either using your analog down if you have your analog controllers, or on your regular D-pad, just press your down button. Oops, just press your down button on your controller. We'll go down. Or you can use your right button at the top of your controller, your R button, and that will go fast forward, and your L button will go fast backwards. So you can use those if you have a long list, like the Nintendo has a long list of games to choose from. So you can use that to navigate as well. Now, one more thing I do want to mention also is that when you're in a game, let's say you're playing Xanac, and you get very tired of playing Xanac and you want to quit, you just basically press start and select together, just like you did with Mario Brothers back in the day, and that'll take you right back out of it. So start, select together at the same time will back you out of any game you're in. And then you're back to the screen. You press your back button, which is your B button for back, to go back to the main menu. You go over, choose another platform, select your A button, down through the menu singly, or down with your R button, or back with your L button. Choose whichever game you like. When the game loads up, you should be playing the game. Some games you have to press start to start them. Some games you just have to press your A button. It's easy to figure out. So you'll figure it out. But anytime you want to quit, start, select together. Takes you right back out of the screen. I do want to mention to you, when you want to shut this down, when you're tired of playing, you're done, you're bored, you're ready to go to bed, press start. I want you to go down to quit, hit your A button. Once you go down to shut down system, and hit your A button, and then really shut down system and hit your A button again. That's going to completely shut down the system. When it's all the way shut down, then you can unplug it. It's a lot safer that way. This is just like any other computer equipment. You don't just unplug it from the wall. When you shut it down, you want to make sure you shut it down properly. That way it is going to last for you for a long time. That's about it in this tutorial video. If you have any other questions or concerns, please feel free to get a hold of me. You can call me on my phone, you have my card, or you can get me through my website. Find us on Facebook. Thank you for watching. Hey guys, let me tell you about your game machine. Now this, when you boot this up and you get past your screen where you have to configure your controller, this is your main screen. This is where you're going to end up at. You're going to press A to advance or select something, and B is going to go back to this screen. So A to advance and B to go backwards is pretty self-explanatory. You have all these games, guys. Atari 2600, all 641 released titles for this system. Every title, A to Z, every single title for Atari 2600. Every single title for Game Boy Color. All 535 released games for the Game Boy Color, they're on here. Sega Master System, 114 games. Mega Drive, which is your Sega Genesis, 684 games alone just for the Sega. Nintendo, all Nintendo NES games, over 600 games released for the Nintendo NES. Super Nintendo, all 715 games. The only one that's different, the Game Boy, I've cherry-picked the best games, the Mega Mans, the Legend of Zelda, the Pokemons, Super Mario Land, all the Mario Brothers. I've cherry-picked the best titles of those. Those are a lot of titles, just like the Game Boy Advance. So I've picked just the best. The Crash Bandicoots, the Final Fantasies, Fire Emblem, Legend of Zelda, Marios. All those are on here. Now the Game Boy Color, you have every single game that the Game Boy Color ever released. Every one. As well as the Sega Master System, you have all 114 games. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoy your retro game machine. It's hours and hours and hours of entertainment. You can't possibly get bored. Thank you guys. Have a great day.